Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm determined to get this Maxx dialed in. We have some new parts. We're going to get the suspension working the way it should be. Check it out, I actually have a little bit of space to move. Because look, I got some more cars up on the wall. Moved, a lot of this stuff was Christmas stuff. It's out in the big garage. I ran out of wood, so I'm going to get a couple more, or another piece of wood, and I should be able to get a couple more cars up off the ground. But other than that, I don't know what to do. We've got this big, huge plane. This is really delicate. It's styrofoam, so I'm not 100% sure, where else. I got planes here. I got one from the ceiling, but I got all my extra parts and stuff over here. I got some extra parts in these containers and stuff. I got 3 of the little cars there and some stuff just jammed in there. I'd like that compressor. I don't want to put in the big garage because of the space. But here's some future projects. Red Cat actually sent me these because the ones that came on mine did not have the Red Cat decal. But I just haven't swapped them out yet. But man, this thing was cheap. It was like $15 something clearance. They sent me a wing too because mine didn't come with the mounts. I got a new Mini Maxx body. I got a new 787 body. We have some parts here on the wall. Of course, we got today's project over here. The Maxx. I moved the Mini Maxx over here because I moved some of those other cars out of the area. But yeah. Look, the little blast boat has nothing. It can't even begin to touch that. Look, the little rally car. Yeah, so you guys are curious what all I have. And this is part of it. Some of it's inside the house, actually. The MJX, the Hosen, the Granite down there, the Super Laser Nut, the Valkyrie. Yeah. But man, let's go ahead and get this Maxx dialed in. The Vorza, that's another project. I'm waiting on some springs to come in for that. The Nitro Rustler, we're going to get that back up and running. So, got some good stuff coming. Go ahead and get you a cup of that good stuff. Let's get into why I keep wanting to call this a Mini Maxx. The Maxx. So, I'm going to be putting in these aluminum steering knuckles from Hot Racing because I've had these things pop off too many times. If you're a frequent viewer of the channel, you know I really don't push or use too much in the way of metal parts. But this car, so far, every time I've taken out, this pin has popped out of these steering knuckles, so time to replace them. I got these on eBay, Benedict Harry. These are 3D printed shock extenders because I tried these from Traxxas, the ones from the famous Maxx Slash video that obviously some people missed because I had a few comments. Do you even have these? If you know what you're doing, take a Dremel. And guys, look, if you really want to use these things and you need to cut this stuff away, I wouldn't use a Dremel. I would not put my hand near all that. That's kind of just crazy. You can take a file and saw this plastic down probably faster and definitely safer than you can with a Dremel. Just put it like right here. I have a vise, or you can even just hold that and just move this thing. It's just plastic, but to me this is like hollow in here. Once you cut this over open, you're just losing the integrity of the piece, and I don't get what you're doing at that point. So yes, I have them. I've tried. That's how I know they don't fit. So let's try to do things on a proper level here. Hey, let's thank our friend Tyson over at Garage Life RC for the beautiful subscribe sign. And go ahead and hit that if you're not already a subscriber. Leave a like, leave a comment. Links down below have discount codes and all kinds of good ways of helping the channel. We got, even though guys, I've put on some weight, so that's why you don't really ever see me wearing my L to the W shirts. But they should be coming, man. I'm working on it. That's why I've one of the reasons I cut back somewhat on how much I post and everything. Just trying to get my life straightened out and not have this consume my life as much as it was. So yeah, if you shop Amazon, like if you want to buy these things, they'll be in my Amazon store under RC. Any of the stuff you see, fans and that, I get asked that a lot. If you want to buy kitty cat food, lipstick, I don't know, whatever, just start at my store, buy it. Like I bought this cup because my wife broke one. And they will be there. So let's see here. Got my Do RC driver. Yes, Do RC. I won this from him. How cool. Benedict Harry. That's an interesting name there. So let's see. I'll leave a link to the eBay store. I don't get anything for directing to the eBay store, but you know, if this is good stuff, hopefully it is. So what I want you to see here is like, here is where it would be bolted in with the shock. Do you see like how high this wheel is? Look at how much suspension you are losing. So you could see the height difference between these two wheels. So this thing was really squatty in the rear. So now with these extenders, it's going to let these arms get the full length of travel. It does look like maybe these, see, you know, the bad thing is you got these CVs are going to be at a kind of more extreme angle, but at the same time, the car will squat it down. So I did figure this out. Let me get this on here and I'll show you how this is bolted up. Okay. Oh, and I had to look up how this piece went on. I remind myself, and these are on Amazon. I thought I got them on eBay. So these are on Amazon. They'll be down in my store if you're so inclined, or you can buy the Traxxas ones and hack away if you want. I would also do the shock first because the thread has to come in from the front side, and if you put this on and then try to thread this, you're gonna have some problems. So go ahead and bolt this piece to the shock and then drop it down, and go ahead and get all your screws situated. I will also say that the screws that he put in the kit here appear to be probably an American size hex, because my driver here is not fitting, and these are like NIP bits, so this is about as good as you're getting, and they are loose, but man, there it is. So the advantage too, what we're looking at, we have a progressive rate spring. You can see there's more coils here than up here. So basically what happens is they start off soft, should have some nice soft travel, and then as we get more into it, it's gonna tighten up. So the way it was before with the arms up here, we were compressing the spring a lot. So now what should happen is when we put this on the ground, it should compress and be about where it was, but then we'll have a lot more use of the spring, which should give us more travel and make everything a little bit better, hopefully. Man, I really don't like these tiny little hexes that they put on here. I really wish this had like a legit wheel thing, didn't have this goofy little plastic spacer. And like I said, I know they have the parts, like you can upgrade this, but so let's see here. So what happens is, I'll show you. Let's get these parts out of here. Like I said, if you're interested in the stuff, just check out my Amazon store. So I've used Hot Racing in the past, always had pretty good luck with them. So I don't hesitate to use them. It is nice if you can get it on Amazon, though. You can get a faster shipping. So, oh, there's only 2 screws here. Why is that? What is that? Did I just break the freaking pin? Well, that's a prime example of how fast your day can just go to crap. I was trying to pry that thing off, and then I heard a snap, and it was right there. You guys can see the hub pin, the hex pin, whatever you want to call it, broke. For some reason, it wouldn't slide off of the axle. So I just used a screwdriver, and I've never had that happen. And now I've been going around the shop for probably an hour now, trying to find something that would fit in here. I had this happen one other time. I used a hinge pin from the Rustler, and it worked perfect, but this is a little bit longer and fatter. So I went and cut a Allen wrench. So an Allen wrench sacrificed itself to be in here. That's... oh, yeah. Can't freaking believe that. Now I can't get the dang bearing to come out. Here we go. So here's the deal. You got your plastic, and it's true, just like people said right here. Let's see if we zoom in on the light. Come on, focus. See how it's damaged? See how it's ripped right there? This is what's allowing this to come through. So as we see, here are the screws. Focus. Okay, so you can see it's threaded and then it's straight. So it goes through the arm, and this non-threaded piece is what sits in here. So that, and when you, if you take a good enough hit, it's flexing and popping out. And now what it's doing is hollowing that out. So that is why I'm going to be adding these metal ones. Now they give you the 2 screws go to the steering linkage. They're a little bit shorter than the factory ones. And since we are threading into metal, we're going to add a little bit of thread lock. You can ask RC Guy Garage how that works when you don't use that. Oh man. I thought this was going to be something really quick. We're going to get out there and get this RC run today, and then, you know, I get an hour diversion into trying to find parts. Can you believe all the stuff I have here? I did not have any of these, and I've looked before. What I want is like an assortment. I don't want to buy like some type of pins and it just be one size, because you never know. I wish there was like an assortment, so maybe I'll have to find the common size of some of these pins and just do that. Now don't forget, just because this knuckle here is metal, we're not actually threading into metal. We're threading into the plastic control arms here, so we don't want to overdo it. It's such a weird setup, because like basically the only thing holding it, I guess you have this plastic piece back here is what actually holds the arms, and then this piece turns. So alright, there we have it. So barring any other kind of issues here, hopefully we will see you out at the bash spot here shortly. If it wasn't so dang expensive, I would just easily replace these damn things, but I'm also like, it's a brand new RC. I shouldn't have to buy in a bunch of parts already. Look at that. So hopefully hopefully it's an Allen wrench, right? So it should be strong enough. I will get the right part. I'll order some of these parts. The new mini sledge is coming, or not sledge, the mini XRT is coming, so I'll be at the hobby store to look. Let me know if you think I should get one. And I'll see you at the bash spot, alright? we'll go have some fun with this thing. All right, man, this is one thing I really love with the Traxxas stuff. I know people have issues with the battery trays, and I understand. It doesn't make it impossible to use other batteries. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but well, I gotta go. Oh, I can't see. I got the wire was in that part, but I mean, it's like that. Let's turn that on, turn this on, and we put the body on, and just like that, man, we're ready to go. That is super fast and easy. Now let's check. This back end's up really, really high. Let's take some of this preload out. Wheelie test now. Check the preload. Ooh. Oh yeah, she wheeling nice. Seems to be handling a whole lot better too. Check it, man. That is freaking planted. Check it out one more time. Oh yeah. I mean, you got some little hop in there, but yeah, she's still gonna. But it's, look at that, man. It's turning a whole lot better. Haha. I think one other thing that might help this thing, maybe thin out the front and rear diffs, especially maybe like the front. That's one area, you know, I really don't ever really mess with too much. I usually just like to tune the center diffs, but I do feel like it felt really tight. I feel like if we thinned it out a little bit, probably maybe help it turn, but maybe not. Maybe it's better, get a little better traction because it's going to lock up the wheels a little bit more. But oh man, look, that, guys, it's a monster truck. It's gonna roll. Look at that though, man. I'm staying on the power and I'm freaking wrenching this thing. Oh, damn it. All right, so regular viewers to my channel, no, I'm not like a big air basher, you know. I'm not one to send it to the moon, see how high I can go, or claim that I'm trying to durability test by launching stuff. But I do enjoy, like that, catching a little air, doing some jumps. And this thing out of the box was just not doing it. Not only wasn't it, oh wow, good grief, jeez, just put on a whole show, why don't you? Not only that, to me, I felt like out of the box it just wasn't jumping, it just wasn't driving. Like, I guess handling was okay, it was really soft, it was soaking up stuff, it seemed to turn decent, but if you hit anything, like any kind of dip, it was just slamming down, and so it wasn't really tracking kind of very good that way. So my goal here isn't to make like to dial this thing in as a skate park basher. I do just kind of want to show, like, let me see here. So this thing, when it lands, it's just trying to think here. It's bouncing. Yeah, so I mean, I was just like, if you hit anything decent sized hole or anything like that. It was just like, woo! Come, oh no! What the hell? Oh, how freaking! I lost a goddamn fin though. Crap, man! Jeez. What's the chances of fins right here? Well, everyone, that's unfortunate. But I think I know what my next upgrade is going to be. Is getting rid of these crappy little axles and doing that 17 millimeter upgrade. More money into the little Max. Boy, this thing's going to be as much as an X Max before long. Well, like I said, unfortunate. These things happen in the RC world. Like I said, I do feel like the little bit that we did get to drive it, this is a huge improvement. A huge improvement. I really don't feel like I need these shock extenders on the front at all. I feel like we got enough. I mean, I could add them, but these A-arms on the front didn't, I don't believe they dropped as much as the rear when the shocks were. I guess I could test it, but then that would just bring the whole vehicle up high, and that's not what I want. That would really affect the handling. But I felt like it turned really good. It's wheeling good. It jumped pretty good. The front's got a little bit of a bounce. Maybe I'll go a little thinner on this front to help speed it up a little bit, because I think what's happening is the shock oil's kind of thick and it's just not responding. So I might go down a little bit on the front shocks, because yes, believe it or not, too thick of oil can cause that, because it's not allowing it to work, and what happens is it hits and these things aren't, and it's shooting back up because the shocks aren't able to absorb the impact because the fluid being too thick. So you can get that from it actually being too thick. So I might thin that down, although it seems like it's coming up pretty fast though. Right there, the back seems to be a little bit slower. So but hey, we'll get it figured out in time. But as it stands right now, with the rear shock extenders, I was really happy with what I saw the truck doing here. I mean, it turned. I mean, you saw before, like in the past videos, we would barely turn this thing and it would flip. It was just absolutely horrible. So now with the shock extenders, we're able to take advantage of the progressive rate of the springs. I think we got, you know, good shock oil in there. Maybe, like I said, lighten up the front a little bit. I'm going to look at these hub, the better axles, and try to get this thing back before too long. All right, everyone, forgive the GoPro hair. It's what happens when you're out here doing this type of stuff. But I do greatly appreciate the community, the support. Every time you hit that like, you share my content, you subscribe, help the channel grow, get the word out, all stuff. Man, it means a lot, man. It's really humbling that people tune in and watch my videos and watch what I have to put out. So thank you very much. We'll be back with more of the Max. We'll get some parts and we'll get it running again. But I do, like I said, feel like we're on the right track. I'm like really, like seriously, like happy with the way it is. I don't even think I'm going to do any more with the shocks. I'm going to, because this is just one spot. I think what I'm going to do is take it to the other spot where I normally do my review videos, run it around there, maybe run it over there at the drift area and see how it does there before I do any more like shock tuning, because you know, I'm not going to always launch a thing in the air. I want it to be good for ripping around, so I think we're going to try some other scenarios. All right, man. Everyone, thank you very much. Like, shares, comments, greatly appreciated. Links down below. Affiliate links to help the channel. Anything you buy on Amazon, start at my store. It helps me out. If you want to buy one of these through AMAIN or Horizon, I got links. Thank you, because I got to buy these cars. Everyone, again, thank you very much. I can't express how grateful I am for each and every one of you. So take care. We'll see you on the next one.